Hi there! Okay, this video is for you new food company researchers and people interested in said company. It is now November the 6th as of this recording. And the new food company by Peter Castleman is scheduled to go into its pre-launch on the 15th of November. Of course, 2014 is the year. What I am not going to do, at least at the moment, is try to describe the company and the foods opportunities and ingredients and whatnot. There's some things that I know that I've read about with this company, and but at this date there's not a whole lot of public information anyway. But even if you happen to be watching this video around this time, say even before the 15th, I'm going to assume that this is not your first video on this subject. And if it is, well, then I'll just have to encourage you to look elsewhere as well for some more details. I know that's a bit of a risk for me to do it this way, because I might lose some people who go elsewhere for their information, and and that's where they end up staying, so to speak. But I'm purposely doing it this other way because I am not a person who is going to appeal to someone who is interested in the typical MLM marketing strategies. If you want the typical MLM affiliate type strategies, you'd be better served elsewhere, frankly, because I am for those of you who want a more low-key approach. And when I say low-key, I'm not talking about whether I can get all excited and shout and scream and all the rest of that, because I can do that stuff, right? So it's not about whether I can be loud and and so forth, but it's about what I do and don't do in terms of my marketing, and in terms of what I plan to do in terms of my downline. I don't want to spend, all this time emailing or calling you, to get to know you better and all this other thing. I mean, at least as a regular course of action anyway. I mean, I'm sure you're free to contact me if you want, but if you want the kind of hand-holding and that kind of thing, again, you'd be better served elsewhere. I am for those of you who are interested in the product itself, first and foremost, or in the opportunity, and preferably it's an and/or, but are not interested in all the typical hoopla and the hype and, and taking everybody down this this whole funnel or stories about this, and going into all this detail and asking these certain questions and blah 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 blah. I mean, it's just not my style. It hasn't been for quite a while, and this is for those of you who want somebody in your upline, who will bother you less. I can't promise that I'm not going to ever do some of the typical things. I'm sure I'll have a website up with the, with the company videos perhaps, and, some of that stuff I'll probably end up buying into, right? As, the kind of marketing that they've already spent so much money on, right? But, but I'm talking about minimizing it and just kind of doing the basics is my plan, right? So so if you want somebody who's not interested in, you know, emailing you and calling you and all the rest of that thing beyond whatever is kind of required, or, you know, some minimal level or something like that, then consider going under me and having me as your upline. And as a matter of fact, I don't even have my upline selected yet as of this date, November the 6th. So, but I'm sure by the time you see this, you know, I will have a link, right? So, and that will have been accomplished. But I, you know, I encourage you to do what I'm doing, is shop around. You know, particularly if there's not somebody who directly, you know, is, you know, suggested to you to go check this out, you know, a friend of yours or something like that. Now, in a situation like that, well, you know, I mean, I'll abide by the typical thing to recommend is to go with the person that brought you, you know, but if you're, you know, if you're doing this online and you happen to hear about it online, and you know, and you're watching some YouTube videos or something about this thing to try to figure out if this is something that you want to do and where you want to go, your upline and so forth, and you are a person who does not like the usual hype and the usual, you know, marketing excess that it seems so many people, you know, are prone to, you know, just as a knee-jerk reflex or something like that, then again, you know, consider joining my team, right? My team of one. Or, well, I will have an upline, like I say. And so, you know, and if you needed some help, and if there's something that I don't know about or whatever at a given time, then I'm sure you'll have access to my upline as well. I would think. So, so that's the deal. I'm actually, well, I want to state right out front that I am interested in making money. All right, I'm just going to admit it. I mean, there's no, you know, I'm not going to, you know, go around that and try to hide that fact. That's my number one priority with this whole thing. But having said that, I am also interested in the concept of having a food that is easy to prepare, that is very convenient, that, you know, it has this minimal kind of storage needs and all the rest of that stuff, and is a very nutritious product, and has some special things in it that that you won't find elsewhere. And since I don't even know the details yet, as of the 6th of November, you know, I'm just kind of hoping that this food is something that's going to meet my requirements in terms of what I'm looking for in a food. But I am looking at this as a product as well as an opportunity, and I hope that that's the case with you as well. So so that's about all I have to say at this point. Do your own diligence, as they say, you know, and look around. And if you're not already kind of committed, you know, with somebody who's bringing you, you know, along the way, you know, select carefully. You know, the kind of person that that you want as your upline. You know, look at the other videos that people make. If you're doing this in terms of a YouTube video or something, look at my videos, perhaps in my channel, other people's channels. I mean, just get a good idea of who it is you're going to work with here before jumping in. You know, at least that's my philosophy. Particularly, like I say, if you're doing this online and you don't have a prior commitment. So that's all for now.